list has been released. Binders were given to some social media influencers, and an online link will be released later today. Given that these are binders full of sexual assault cases, maybe holding them up and smiling is not such a good look. When the link is released, I'll read as much as I can and keep you posted.
Okay, America, we have to talk. Welcome back to Starkey Farmstead. My name is Samantha, and I am one of the 75 million angry Americans right now. So we have somebody going by the name of DC Drano that just commented, this is the most transparent administration America has ever had, as he hugs to his chest his private copy of the first Epstein files that have been declassified. This is not a government official. This is a conservative influencer. Plus, we have libs of TikTok. They have a file. So let me get this straight. And then we just passed out binders to people. A lot of us don't even know who they are. They have no credibility with us at all. They're not government officials. They don't have clearance. They don't have any capacity other than they're influencers on social media. And they're walking around with copies of Epstein's client list. Why? Well, first off, they're going to make millions of dollars as they decide, when they decide, and how they decide to give the taxpayers the information we've been asking for. So let me break this down for you. Pam Bondi, strike two. First, you said you would release the information today by 2 o'clock, but that was strike one. You didn't. You released it to about 9 people and then sent them on their merry ways with their own personal copies. Do you guys truly understand what she just did? She muddied the waters. She muddied the waters. We will never know what is truth now.
Listen, we don't have a lot of time. Jeffrey Epstein, I was on the island, yeah? I've got the list. That's based on my drink sales. I was selling drinks, okay? I was selling pina coladas. That's what I specialize in selling. And I would go up to them and say, do you want a pina colada, right? Very popular for that area. Those islands. But they'll say, no, do you have some virgin? And I say, all right, I'll come back with virgin colada. And they said, no, do you have some virgins? I said, I've got some virgin drinks. What, you want mojito? What do you want?
Because anybody on TikTok, anybody on YouTube, anybody with half a brain and a computer and AI can now adjust the names, change the names. I can't, if your brain doesn't work like mine, then you probably are totally confused. But if you understand how easy it is to lie to people and convince people of things, then you understand the screw up Pam Bondi just made. That was strike two. She gave out something the American people have desperately wanted to have for transparency. And we wanted these perverts to be held accountable for the horrendous, horrific things they did to innocent children. And this is how she proposed her big, let's leak it out. I'm going to give it to the American public. You did not. You failed us. You gave it to people who have no clearance. They've never been checked by the FBI, the DOJ, the CIA. What a failure. So guys, I really need y'all's help. My husband is extremely frustrated that they demonetized me a second time. And at this point, the fact that they stole $28,000 from one video that is now like 4.5 million views, he is not happy. And it's very hard to convince your husband that this is like what God wants you to do when I can't even cover my electric bill doing it anymore. So please pray about it and consider sending us something through one of the things listed in the top of comments. Now, if that offends you or upsets you, y'all already know what I got to say about that. I am so sorely disappointed because, yeah, I'm glad they're out there somewhere. But these people are literally going to get rich off of something that should have been given to the American public in a huge press release. They should have had an entire auditorium set up. People should have been standing there you remember the old overheads from high school? Putting the pages on there so you could see them while she read them. And I don't care if that press conference would have taken 4 days straight, 8-hour shifts. That's how you give information to the American public. And if you wanted influencers to come in and look over the documents and make videos like I'm doing right now to like give it some more leg and get it out there more, you could have done that. But you handed information to unknown people, pretty much. I don't care if they have 4 million subscribers. I don't know these people. I'm not vouching for their credibility. And you gave it to them to take to their social media platforms and get rich off of it? These are innocent children. I hope all of you are as seriously upset about this as I am, because this was a travesty. This is a mockery. If I was Democrat and liberal, every name that one of these influencers put out, I would do everything to discredit that person. This is not how you go about doing it. Nobody's been arrested. We haven't heard a government official yet admit that anybody's names were on those lists. Guys, I have to tell y'all, I just can't. I was going to go live, but you guys know how my internet service gets out here, and I knew they'd shut me down, so I decided not to do it live. Please, Jesus, that's all I've got to say. This is not okay. And no, I'm not bad-mouthing Trump, so please don't play that with me. This has got nothing to do with Trump. He gave a job to Pam Bondi, and she failed miserably. And you can be in her corner, you can cheer her on. But this is wrong in every way. And when I look at this picture of these social media influencers holding their get-rich-quick binders, I better never hear anybody badmouth me for asking for a cup of coffee for the amount of time that I work. Seriously. Some of you know what me and my children have been through and what led me down the road to being susceptible to drug abuse. Was that my kids were exploited when they were babies by their biological father. I was a school teacher as a mandatory reporter, and I fought for 2.5 years to keep my kids safe. I literally turned myself into OCS so they would investigate and clear my good name and bring charges against him, which they did. But those smiles. Is this where America is? That it's a circus? Nobody is being held accountable for innocence stolen from children. I think I'm done for the day. I love you guys. Like, comment, subscribe.